Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Record of Lodoss War, Deedlit in Wonderland. This is the first Let's Play I'm going to be recording in a very long time, and I mean as a series. I've done a couple videos already where I've recorded a few games and then given reviews on them, typically indie games that come off of itch.io, and I'm getting a few suggestions for what to play for those too, so I am going to continue to do those, but I do also kind of want to get back into playing series of episodes for each games that I'm playing. Not each and every game, but still, if I find it interesting and I want to share it with you guys, and I will. The reason why I chose this one, I actually saw this on YouTube not too long ago, maybe a week or so ago, and as soon as I saw Record of Lodoss War, I kind of geeked out a little bit. For those of you who don't know, Record of Lodoss War is an 80s or actually closer to 90s style anime that came out. It was based heavily on a D&D campaign that the creator of the anime was either in or ran, I forget which, but you can really tell when you watch the show that it's very heavily influenced by Dungeons & Dragons. The Record series has continued on. There's a new one that came out, and when I say new, it's probably been a couple of years already, called Record of Grandcrest War. My understanding is they all take place in the same general universe. It might just be different regions of the world and also different points in time of the timeline. I haven't really seen a whole lot that directly connects them together, but just based on what I've seen, yes, it's supposed to all be one universe. So the reason why I wanted to play this game is because based on what I saw and the commentary that I was hearing, this is what they call a Metroidvania-style game, which I don't really hear that term thrown around very much, but it's very similar to Castlevania or Metroid, where it's a 2D platformer, I mean classic Metroid, which I think they've kind of gotten back to form now. I'm getting off topic, but anywho. So I wanted to play this game because it's simple, it's something that, especially with the COVID brain fog I've got going on, it's not overly complex and it's not going to confuse me because I've tried to do that with a couple of other games. Similar to Subnautica, there are games out there. There's Satisfactory, and there was also another Village one that I had downloaded recently and played. But the amount of information that was being thrown at me, and because of the way my brain now works, it was just overwhelming, and I couldn't really absorb all the information that I wanted to. So this is something much more simple. Jump, slash, bow and arrow, magic, swapping out weapons, very simple stuff. So that's going to be why I'm focusing on this game for now. Plus, on top of it, I'm trying to readjust my OBS settings and figure out how that's best going to translate over into Adobe Premiere. Shouldn't hit my microphone, that's how bad things happen. And then also how Premiere is going to render that all out. The biggest problems that I've been having right now is that my Sony Vegas no longer works, which is not surprising, considering the fact that I think that they're up to version 19 right now, and I'm currently sitting at 13. So it will let me open up a project, it will let me edit everything, but when it comes to rendering, even if I have like one little thing in there, I actually did it as a test, the program just crashes immediately. So that's no good anymore, which meant I had to transfer over to Adobe Premiere, and the version that I have is CS6. So even that's a little old, but the point is that it works. The problem is that I don't have a whole lot of experience with rendering in Premiere, so I need to figure out the best settings for there as well. I'm trying out new settings on here to record at 720p 30 frames per second. And I know there's going to be a lot of purists out there who are going to say, well, Dave, why aren't you recording at 1080p 60 frames per second? That's going to be the best ever. I'm not there yet. I'm not at the point where I feel like I really need to worry heavily about my video quality for a couple of reasons. At least as far as I'm concerned, when I watch a video on YouTube, it's either going to be on my cell phone or it's going to be on one of my monitors, but it's never really going to be full screen. And even if it is on another monitor, I'm probably doing something else on the first monitor. So from my point of view, it doesn't have to be maximum size with the maximum frames per second at maximum quality, but it still has to look good. And that's really what I'm going for. I'm not looking for perfect, I'm just looking for good. So that's what I'm hoping to achieve here. But the problem is that getting it from OBS into Premiere won't be too hard of an issue because I've been able to tweak those settings in the past. It's more so finally tweaking those settings in Premiere to get the video rendered so that when it uploads to YouTube, it's not going to be degraded so badly that it looks like absolute trash. But anywho, let's get into the gameplay because I've been ranting on now for about 5 minutes, and even though it seems to be that the algorithm nowadays seems to favor longer videos, I don't want to waste your guys' time. I want to get into the gameplay and I want to have some fun with you guys too. Get that mouse cursor out of there. There were once 6 brave souls who gathered on the great island of Lodoss. Oh god, I'm not going to be able to remember all of their names. So, if going from left to right, it's a rogue who had a name like Gopher or something like that, a dwarf warrior who, Grom or Gron or something like that, Gim, that was his name, a priest that I can't remember the name of, but he's best friends with the next person who's the main character, even though they all take a big, like, focus in the story, but that is Parn, who, P-A-R-N, who's actually, like, the fighter main hero. He comes up from being a boy who, like, is not skilled in swordsmanship at all, and then Gim, and also the person next to him who we'll be playing as, who is an elf. I believe she was a shaman, or they called her a shaman in the game, but I believe she's supposed to be based off of the elf race from Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, like back in the day. But she could like summon spirits and had like special sword skills and stuff, but she and Gim were the ones most responsible for getting Pard's swordsmanship up, and then there's the sorcerer at the end. I can't remember the sorcerer, the priest, and I guarantee I've messed up the rogue's name. They fought against evil and brought peace back to Lodoss. The only woman among them fell in love with one of the brave souls and swore her eternal love, like all good fantasy adventure stories do. Yeah, you gotta have the love story in there. Their love continued to grow as the years passed. The cold wind blows on. A single bird flies against the wind. The wind rattles and branches off the trees. Her name is Deedlit. She awakens. So I'm unconscious then. Am I sleeping? Have I been... Stage 1. I like how they throw the die down there like that. I was going to call it a D6. Technically it is, but it's a standard die. It doesn't even look like a dungeon die. Question. I must have fallen asleep. Silence. Where am I? It feels familiar, but I don't know this place. I'm going to have to look around. Hey. Alright, press X to swing your sword. Press together with the directional button to swing in that direction. Okay. A to jump. The height of your jump depends on how long you hold A. Left bumper to dash backwards. Press the start button to, or pause, start, pause, same bit. To check your map and status and swap equipment. Cool, cool. You can also change game and control settings and check this manual. The enemy status screen shows their attributes, such as strength and weaknesses. There are 7. Water, fire, wind, earth, wood, light, and dark. Cool. With 1 through 3 signifying weakness and 1 through 6 signifying strength. So blue is their weakness, which means it's good for me, and I'm guessing red is their strength, which is bad for me. So blue good for me, red bad for me, but opposite for them. Got it. And that's it. Okay, so moving around. Little jabby jab with her fencing sword there. Alright, so I can't hold the button down, I actually have to rapidly tap it. There's my long holding the A jump, and there's my little bunny hop. Y and B don't do anything, neither do the triggers or the right bumper, but that's the dash back for the left bumper, so that's cool. I did see a comparison to this online, because I did a little bit of research on it, not too much, but the way Deedlit is walking around right now, it's very reminiscent from what I saw of the way Alucard was walking in, I want to say Symphony of the Night. I never played it, but... Alright. Yay, we heard him. Okay, red, so that's bad for me, so he's resilient to the damage I'm doing. Imp Spear. To equip a new weapon, press start and open the status screen. Oh, start opens the status screen. I don't have to select it. Okay, so Deedlit's old trusty sword, which is now going to be replaced by the Imp Spear, a long spear used by imps, also called a trident. I'm taking a little bit of a hit on agility with 1, but the attack is going up by 6. Hopefully 1 is not... Oh, how strange. I don't normally use this, yet it feels so light. I will say that in the anime, that is pretty consistent. I don't think she uses anything other than her sword. This actually has a longer reach, too, and honestly, I'm not seeing a huge decrease in speed, so I'm okay with that. Magic barrier. I'm going to imagine if I touch that, that's going to hurt me, so touching it is not what I will do. Honestly, that actually looks more like a Bident than anything, which honestly I didn't know was a thing until I watched Blood of Zeus on Netflix. Ooh, sorry about that. Bless me. I will edit that out in post, I promise, but if I forget to, I am very sorry. And I hope I didn't blow out your eardrums. So, okay, so this is behind a wall. It's locked. But yeah, I didn't know that Bidents were a thing, although it makes total sense when you think about it, until I actually saw Blood of Zeus on Netflix. Ooh, can I? Yes, I can attack down if I need to. Oh, that's weird, though. She, like, floats in midair for a second when she does it. What if I do multiple? Okay, it kind of slows my descent, so that's pretty cool. Can I attack up? Oh, I can attack up. I can crouch. If I jump, I can attack down. Alright. Ooh, and I can attack on the diagonals, but not diagonal down. Diagonal up is a good thing to know, though. Alright, so there's no platform here. I can't reach that, which means I've gone the wrong way. That is one thing I do like about these style games, is that it kind of leaves you up to your own devices. There are certain bits of information it'll give you to help. Level up, yay. What do I get? I get a level. Excellent. That's what I always wanted. Just more levels. What was I saying? That's going to happen to me a lot as I'm playing games and recording, guys. I apologize. I'm going to get distracted by shiny things and completely lose my train of thought. Hold down and press A to slip through thin floors. Awesome. Alright, so we know we can't attack diagonal down there. Goblin Club. Ugh. It's even worse than actually my regular rapier. No thank you. I don't think I would have ever used that. Although there's probably going to be some instance where I'm going to need a blunt weapon. So I wouldn't doubt if that's going to come up at some point too. So it looks like Wolf is weak to fire and resilient to wind. Ooh, what are you? Item get. Smashed together as one word. Sylph, Spirit of the Wind. Yes, this I do specifically remember from the anime. I think one of the scenes I saw, it's actually her like running, but also like shadow stepping through actual branches of trees. And the whole time, she's actually channeling spirits to help, and I think she uses the Spirit of the Wind, or she uses elemental spirits, I should say. Like she creates light sources, she can heal people a little bit, but we'll see how that transfers. Sylph, Spirit of the Wind is at your command. Press and hold A while controlling Sylph to hover. While hovering, you can use the directional button to ascend to some extent as well. Cool. You cannot hover above areas where there is no ground below. Okay, so this is literally... oh shit, I think I... Uh-oh. I just messed up a little bit. I think she had more to say. Let's see... Manual? Basic control... Controlling spirits. Yes, there was more. Here we go. How to play. While hovering, you can use the directional button to move to some extent, but you will freeze in place while pressing left bumper. Okay. This can be used to attack in a specific direction without moving. Okay, let's give this a shot then. So, there's my hover. I'm literally just holding A right now, so she's kind of like listing around a little bit. I can maneuver her around, and then I'm holding the left button, but it didn't leave me there. Did I misread that? Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. While hovering, you can use the direction button to move to some extent, but you will freeze in place while pressing the left bumper. I'm definitely not getting that. Oh, I see. So, but that's no real... Okay, so the thing about this is that... Oh, wait, I think I might know what it means. Nope, I gotta keep Sylph going on. So, what you can see, like, right here... I obviously can't go any higher because there's a ceiling above me, but remember what it said about the floor? If I go over this little opening, she does have to drift down a little bit to the point where she is, again, interacting with the floor to get that height. So I think if I go over... Nope, I thought that hitting the left bumper would actually keep her up there. But no, literally all it did for me is, like, right now if I'm holding the move button, if I hit the bumper, it stops me from moving. So... the picture did have her using a bow and arrow, which I apparently don't have. So maybe that's my big thing. You can save and recover before the statue of Marfa, the goddess of creation, who is the goddess of the priest that we saw in the opening as well. Oh, that's cool. So it doesn't actually bring me into a menu, it just saves for me automatically. That's perfect. So I'm guessing, okay, now I can just kind of, oh, there it is. And I can attack on the diagonals now. Fear me, wolf. I am flying. Honestly, that's kind of tough to control. But I'm sure I'll get used to it, and I'm sure there's probably going to be more of a benefit to it once I actually have a ranged weapon on me. So, but now that I have that hover, I think I can go back to that first area I was in. Can't jump if I'm scratching my face. And actually, ooh, it's Parn. Parn! I already said that. Well, something's up. Ooh, and the music stopped. Lelia. Oh, damn, Lelia! I'm gonna go off a tangent here again for a second. So in the anime, the dwarf fighter that we saw in the beginning, Gim, his big thing for his story arc was that he was trying to find this woman, whose name is Lelia, who was actually also a priestess. I think she was a princess as well, but I could be getting that confused with Bastard instead of Record of Lodoss War. But essentially, she's wearing this crown that actually, you know what? I don't know if that's going to be a spoiler for you guys, but she's in the anime as well, so I'm going to hold off on that. I don't want to ruin anything for you guys. I also don't know if the story here has changed. And if you guys are going to be watching this playthrough with me, I don't want to give away too much. However, regardless, I highly, highly recommend you guys check out the Record of Lodoss War anime. There is an OVA, and there's a longer one as well. I prefer the OVA, but that's just me. But check them both out. They're really good. No, you're Carla. Carla is... Again, we'll get there. Lost are you, High Elf? I know what you desire. You wish to follow after that knight, yes? If you wish to be together with your knight, then swear your loyalty to me. Swear your loyalty to me. Swear it on your very soul. Creepy noises in the background. Excellent. Then your wish shall be granted. Loyalty to you? No way. Out of my way. You fool. Had you sworn loyalty to me, you would have avoided further trials. You know what? They could have at least given me the option. It could have been like a Far Cry thing where the game ends after 15 minutes. We're like, well, here's one of the endings you could have gotten. Now play again and get the rest of them. All right then. Soon, one more lost soul shall arrive. Let us see which of you has their wish granted first. So, I'm going to guess that they're going to throw in more people from the show. So we're going to encounter everybody else, I'm guessing. Trials. Yeah, I'm curious about that too, Deedlit. Trials, especially being in quotation, I'm guessing this is a dream of some kind, based on what I'm seeing and hearing so far. I have no actual idea if that's the case or not. What was over here? This was just that was the locked door, okay. You know, technically, if I really wanted to, I could probably just go off-screen and on-screen and farm XP with just that one dude, but... Yep, flying a higher place. Ow! Oh, ow! Wolfie! Well, that hurt. Okay. So I should probably actually focus on what I'm doing. See, that... Okay, that would have been a really good opportunity for me to hold the bumper and then to attack that way. So, there is a little bit of fine mechanics to it. That's nice. And I'm also... I don't know if you guys could tell just from the way I'm playing right now, but I'm following a bit of the reverse labyrinth theory. The idea behind it is that if you're ever stuck in a labyrinth, and it's certain types of labyrinths, because there are ones that have corridors that are kind of set up as their own, like, sub-nucleus to the rest of the labyrinth itself, but the general rule of thumb is that you ever find yourself lost in a maze or a labyrinth or something like that, basically... Put your hand on the left wall. I don't know if it matters what side, but I was always told left. You put your hand on the left wall and then just walk forward, never allowing your hand to leave that wall. You don't actually have to touch it, but the idea is that the way a traditional labyrinth is set up, that wall, as you're following it, will eventually lead you to the exit. Now, it could lead you to the start as opposed to the exit, like the other side, if you're trying to get through that way. More than likely, it will never lead you to the center of the labyrinth. It could happen, but that's just the general rule of thumb that I was always taught to get out of a labyrinth. Spirit portal? Press up. You must know the exit to leave the spirit world. Okay, so in my head that translated a little differently at first. So I'm guessing then these are going to be like our fast travel points. And the spirit world is on the other side. Now, Do we get to see what it looks like on the other side? Since you can't breathe underwater, you'll drown if submerged for too long. How long do we have? Not a whole lot of time. And in fact, like right now, it's going down relatively kind of slow. It's taking its time. It's okay. Let's get... Ooh, I love that the water interacts with the ability, and then the mist on there too. That's cool. But now watch. So I'm losing air, and as I move, I lose air a lot faster. So exertion underwater. Good to know. Bad. I kind of wish there was headshot damage. All right. Yeah, there we go. Ooh. Reverse Labyrinth rules. Yeah, so why did I do the right wall? Well, because it's not the left wall. I know what the left wall is supposed to do in a Labyrinth, but also this is not a traditional Labyrinth. I just like the idea of going right first for whatever reason. And it looks like we've lucked out because of it. Item get. Salamander, Spirit of Flame. Salamander, Spirit of Flame is at your command. Press the right bumper to switch between Sylph and Salamander. And her cloak will change too, in addition to the spirit. That's kind of cool. Drain, 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 drain. Attacks with the same attributes as the spirit you're controlling will be absorbed. Absorbing the attack will restore your magic points. Or mana points, whatever they want to call it in this one. You can increase your spirit level up to 3 times using the cubes obtained when defeating and attacking enemies. Getting hit will cause your spirit level to decrease. Okay, so if I'm fighting a spirit and spirit monster, I want to have my spirit, my fire spirit out. Let me try that again. If I'm fighting a fire spirit monster, I want to have my fire spirit out to absorb the damage. Got it. I know in D&D that can actually be the opposite. There's a spell I believe called Fire Shield, and it lets you either pick a warm shield. The spell is called Fire Shield, but the shield that you manifest, you get to choose. It's either a warm shield or a chill shield. But it works the opposite of what's happening here. If you're about to take fire damage, the chill shield is what you want because that will soak up some damage for you. And then if you're about to take cold damage, you want the warm shield instead. So this is the opposite, but it matches up here. You can increase the spirit level up to 3 times using the cubes obtained when defeating and attacking enemies. Okay, I think I saw those cubes coming out. Getting hit will cause your spirit level to decrease. That makes... And there it is, right there. When controlling Sylph, fire cubes will appear, and when controlling Salamander, wind cubes will appear. So the cubes will be opposite, but the damage absorption will be the same. The higher level spirit you control, the more powerful your attacks become, and when controlling a level 3 spirit, you will gradually regain health. Okay, so that's how we get our health bar back up, assuming there are no healing items. So, okay, so now we switch the spirit. Salamander, will you help me? How strange, this flame doesn't burn the forest. And her cloak does change, so we go from the blue, which is the traditional one that we see in the show, to green. And it looks like that's the only thing that does change, so... And now we can destroy those barrels. Knife as a weapon. How does that compare? Oh, speed is up 2 and damage is up 1. What's the real trade-off here? There doesn't really seem to be much of one. Like, if I put my back to the wall and just tap over real quick... She's like a pixel or 2 away from hitting that post. Now, if I put the spear back on... Oh, she's like the whole head of the spear across. It's not a huge distance in between the two, though, so... Plus, I can swing this a lot faster. I almost wish I had a turbo button. Okay, so now that I'm killing them with Salamander out, I'm getting Sylph mana. And if I kill them with Sylph out, I get Salamander mana. And you can see the gauges going up. Okay, so... Now, the only thing is, I can't hover anymore without Sylph. Okay, so let's get him killed. There was a down I should actually go through first. Before going back to my original path. Ooh, a couple extra enemies. Ow. What did it... I thought I got hit. Oh, it was telling me that Sylph went up to level 2. I thought I got hit with something because I felt my controller vibrate. You can destroy ammunition barrels when controlling the Spirit of Flame. Yes, we actually covered that. I'm glad they reminded me because I'm sure there would be people who would just see the barrel and be like, what do I do? All right, let's switch back over to Sylph because I want to have a better opportunity to kill... Ow. Level down, Sylph. No. I'm never going to regain HP at this rate. Level up. Level 3. I don't know what leveling up actually does. It hasn't explained it. I'm guessing my attacks will get stronger. Maybe my Oh, yes, I can attack him through there. Ooh, how do I get back? I'll take care of that in a second. Alright, Salamander's now up to level 2. Okay. I can't go through the floor. Come on, Wolfie. Alright, I was hoping... Okay, so I'll get back up going there? Yes. Good to know. I wish I could attack down through the floor, but that's okay. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Another locked door. Salamander is almost level 3, which means I should be regaining health. Uh-oh. Lizard Man! And it looks like he is strong, because red is bad for me. No, red is bad... Red is bad for me, which means I don't want to use it. Okay, I'm still learning, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sure there's people probably yelling at me, assuming you're actually watching this, that are being like, Dave, what the hell? Like, pay attention to what you're doing, please. I'm trying. I really am. That's locked as well. Ooh, hello. So... yes, fast travel points. Good to know. Right by a save room, too. Back on the first one, at least. I'm not going to save just yet. I'm still at half health. I can go a little bit longer. Salamander's now level 3. Okay, so... I'm not regaining any health. Until I switch to Salamander. Oh, that is so cool! I wonder if that's going to be game-breaking, though. Because I literally just went from half health to full health. And also... oh, he's weak against something that's not even fire, so I don't even know what that was. But now my blade actually has a little fire on it. Okay, okay. I see what you're doing here, game. I think... ooh. Cubes appearing when attacking or defeating enemies will increase your spirit level. Your spirit level is displayed in Deedlit's attack power. Okay, yeah, so it does increase the damage I do. This literally is just a room for me to get my spirits up to max. That is pretty cool. Do I get an achievement for making it, like, swing super far? Come on, how far can I make it go? As I come into the last few minutes of the episode. I'm going to try to make these close to a half hour as I possibly can. Once your spirit releases 3 HP will automatically regenerate. Okay. Got that. Yeah, I'm going to try to make this as close to a half hour as possible because that does seem to be, and there's the bow and arrow, what the game... oh, not the game, but what the algorithm on YouTube seems to prefer. Press Y to hold your bow and release the button to shoot. Magic points is required to shoot your arrows, and without MP you cannot fire. Interesting. Move left or right while holding Y. Up and down can be used to aim. Oh, I thought for a second she was like dual-wielding bows. Like, how would you even accomplish that? While holding your bow, use left and right while holding the left bumper to switch directions. Up and down can be used to aim slowly. Arrows will ricochet off metallic walls. Okay. Okay, that's the wrong... Y is what I want. Ooh, it even gives you like a little line of sight. Okay, so we can move. Or, okay, so if we don't hold left bumper, she'll just walk backwards. If we do hold left, it's like being up in the air. So now, can I... oh god, that is such... that's gonna be so weird. So, I admit that I did go through and I changed up the configuration without ever actually having played any of the game. And I believe that might actually be my downfall, because if I have to... that's so cool, you can do multiple ricochets. So I'm holding A right now, which if you're looking at an Xbox controller is at the bottom and Y is up at the top, which is where my bow is going to be. In order for me now to try to get to Y, I either need to drop my index finger down or try to shimmy my thumb up through the X and B buttons and then use the side of my thumb. That's just not comfortable. This is kind of cool though. So what I think I'm going to do, let's go into the controller settings. Let's set the bow to B. And we'll do Spirit Magic on Y. Hopefully that's going to be a little more circumstantial, which will help me out. But right now, I can hover, I can hold B, it's on the other side of my thumb, I don't have to feel like I'm reaching out in any crazy directions. And literally, like, I could start with the bow, move around, and then if need be, I can jump, and that's perfectly comfortable, and then get my aim going on. Awesome. All right, guys, so I am going to end up ending this episode here. We've already accomplished and understood a lot of what's going on. Actually, I want to see real quick. Let me get my mana back up to 95. It's 3 per arrow. That's not bad at all. So you have about 33 arrows. just in your mana pool alone, and then at some point it'll regen while you're going, so you could probably get like a 40 shots off on just one, maybe like 35. Anyway, that's not really important. If I'm ever in a situation where I'm firing off that many arrows, I'm either messing around or I'm fighting a boss. But we've got 2 spirits so far, we've got them up to max, we understand how they work for the purpose of regaining health. We've gotten our bow and arrow, and I've changed up the configuration a little bit, so now gameplay mechanics are going to work much better. But I am going to end this episode here because we're hit the 30-minute mark. I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you're not, let me know why. Don't just tell me that it's awful. I want as much feedback as possible, both positive and negative, so that way I can continue to improve and I can give you guys what it is that you're looking for as well. Oh, coughing fit. I apologize for that. All right, that's going to do it, guys. We'll see you in the next episode.